June 24th, 2022 will forever go down as a dark day in American history. A day that set women's rights back decades and felt like a death sentence for millions across the United States. It was a day that unified church and state and belittled science and logic. This was the day that Roe v. Wade was overturned. After conducting extensive research on the issue of abortion bans, I'm here to talk to you about the severity of this issue and its need for immediate intervention. In the next few minutes, I will discuss the problem of abortion bans, I will offer a solution, and I will describe ways for you all to become involved. First, I will describe the problem. For 50 years, Roe v. Wade protected the rights of women choosing to have an abortion without government restriction. When it was overturned, the states were left with the right to decide whether or not abortion was legal. While many states kept the right, 11 states did not enforce a ban on abortions, according to the Harvard Public School of Health. Alabama, Arkansas, Idaho, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Oklahoma, South Dakota, Tennessee, and Texas are the states that placed a ban on abortions. Not only is it a criminal offense to get an abortion in these states, but to leave the state for one as well. The biggest issue in the banning of abortions is one of health and safety. History has shown that restriction does not lead to fewer abortions, but compels women to risk their lives by seeking out unsafe abortion care. According to the World Health Organization, 23,000 women die from unsafe abortions each year, and even more experience significant health complications globally. A study done by Harvard Med estimated that the banning of abortions in the U.S. will lead to a 21% increase in the number of pregnancy-related deaths overall and a 33% increase for Black women. Another issue of abortion bans is that they fail to account for women who have been raped and are now forced to carry out a pregnancy. Not only does rape carry a significant amount of trauma and pain, but the 11 states with abortion bans force victims to have children that were forced onto them. Not only is this a direct violation of human rights, but a grave morality issue within the United States, according to the National Library of Medicine. According to a study published in the National Library of Medicine, pregnant women's suicide rates are expected to rise within the next year, as well as mental illness rates such as depression. Now that I have described this urgent problem, I will now introduce a solution that directly addresses abortion bans. While the issue of abortion bans is complex, a major solution is making your voice heard at the polls. Educate yourself on state representatives and candidates, and vote for those who believe in a women's right to choose. While midterm election voting just ended, getting out and supporting future candidates makes a huge impact when it comes to a fair and just future, according to Planned Parenthood. Another main focus is bettering sex education in schools nationwide and pushing for better access to birth control. 27 states teach an abstinence-only approach, which has proven to be completely ineffective. Teaching about safe sex and birth control options will likely lead to less unwanted pregnancies and therefore help the issue as a whole. While this does not change the inhumane abortion bans, it educates on a deeper level and it takes a defensive approach, according to Planned Parenthood. While this is a large-scale issue, it's important that we talk about what abortion means to us individually and create a safe space to share with one another. Abortion bans are a multifaceted issue that are going to take millions of voices to make a change. Another great way to help the cause is supporting abortion funds and directly helping patients as well as people working to provide abortion access. You can visit the National Network of Abortion Funds online to decide which one best suits you. Now, some of you might be thinking, but abortion is murder. Despite it being morally wrong to place an unborn fetus's life over a mother's, it is also scientifically proven that abortion is, in fact, not murder. According to the RCOG, a fetus is purely a clump of cells with no ability to feel pain or live on their own before 24 weeks. A fetus is not a baby with a developed brain. It's the possibility of life that has not come to exist yet. After 24 weeks, abortion will no longer be performed unless in case of an emergency. Typically, abortion is seen as immoral in the eyes of Christianity. While it's important to respect the beliefs of others, it is also important to remember that not everyone has the same beliefs and we cannot force religion onto others. While Christian women are allowed to not get an abortion if they like, other women also deserve the ultimate right to choose. Now that we have discussed the solution, I will now describe the implications for our future. Now, imagine a world without abortion bans, comprehensive sex education, and the right to choose for all. With the freedom to choose, we would see a significantly lower pregnancy death rate, less children cycle through the foster system, and live in a country that values women's lives and their rights to their own bodies. To conclude, I will now share some of the ways that you can support women suffering from the abortion bans. As mentioned previously, donating, making your voice heard, and getting involved with women's rights groups all make a major difference. Abortion bans are a humanitarian issue. Fortunately, there are many ways to get involved. One of the most effective ways is to donate. You can donate to the Abortion Fund by visiting abortionfunds.com on their website. You can search through multiple different funds and decide which one best suits you. Don't have any extra money to donate? No problem. You can also get involved by speaking out on social media, joining local women's rallies, and volunteering at places like Planned Parenthood.